Buena sociedad, estamos en el capítulo número 63 de ReFantazio, vámonos.
Huh? This Who are you?
Are you all right?
The royal flower? A surprise to... Something about this place. It is much like the altar of the dragon god. The magla in the air.
Gallica, something the matter?
Oh, sorry. I've got this weird... Anyway, let's keep moving.
Hay un plot twist que no veo.
So here you are at last.
¿Soy el alter ego del príncipe? ¿O no? ¿Me estoy confundiendo? No puede ser.
This place is clearly in ruins, but it doesn't look like natural decay.
It was burned to the ground. One day, a bunch of kingdom soldiers showed up out of the blue.
But why? Why would His Majesty...
Thinking back now, it may have been Forden who led the charge. I can't be certain.
Luis claimed that the Elden people were just another form of the humans.
They're not. There's no... Anyway, more than half of the villagers died in the fire. And those who survived were forced...
'Tis a shrewd ploy indeed, to hide in a place the enemy themselves saw destroyed. Yet, why did Alcys?
Yes, over... What? That...
He draws no breath. Likely a stab in the back.
I recognize him. He was the associate of the first operative I came in contact with. He was a lot...
Gallica, the cave is just ahead, yes?
Yes. It's past the woods.
Then we move.
I don't like this.
Hadas. Porque... Ah, hostia, claro, porque vi hadas. Hay hadas.
Russell? You're safe!
Huh? My word. Is that...
You were His Highness's tutor.
Hmm? I know but one red... By the heavens. Then...
She's been helping us. Everyone here is a trusted ally. They've all fought.
Alas. Oh, what a tragedy. If...
Russell, where is His Highness?
A few days ago, those detestable cursed thorns finally... I cannot tell you how long I had waited to see them gone. It happened before we could fathom it. A lone stranger, a loathsome figure. His Highness had only just regained consciousness since the curse's lifting. Yet, to protect us, he threw himself upon the assassin's blade. We were horror-struck. His Highness lay pierced through the heart, and we saw him breathe.
No, that can't be true.
The stranger was a master of magic. None could match him.
Who was responsible?
I don't know who the murderer was, but he cried his patron from the moment he appeared. I believe his sole purpose was to kill His Highness. As soon as the lifelight left the prince...
An innocent boy. Twice tormented in the clutches of assassin.
Louis, there really is no evil you won't stop.
Please, Russell.
We've laid him in the prayer room for now, at the end of the cave.
You're coming. Aren't you, love?
He de ir.
I must go to him.
You're right. Maybe we'll find some way to help.
Ah, I'd heard a rumor that there was a boy candidate. 'Tis just as Cinderella said. You're no scoundrel. Strange. Something in you reminds me of His Highness.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Well, I will go before you to the prayer room. Once you are ready, you are free to join me.
You going to stay here?
No. I must bear witness myself.
Vamos allá.
I'm a little worried.
It's nearly time. Long have I waited.
Más humanos. Quiero decir, el...
You must hurry. The time has come. All was for this day. There is still time.
Objetos que...
This way.
No.
Your Highness.
Why?
I didn't realize anyone still remained to weep over this. Huh? Gallica, you've returned.
Milady Gruaday. It's been a long time.
May I ask who this is?
She is the chiefess of this village. The Hermitess Gruaday.
She was kind enough to shelter the entire organization when His Highness fled.
I can't believe he's gone. I'm just some parapus orphan from the slums. I was never supposed to outlive any prince.
No. It all happened in the bunk room in the back. We moved him here to the altar once all was quiet. I don't know if you'd believe me, but I received a revelation. Should the prince die, his body should be kept safe, and even if the boy is but a bastard sired by that despicable man.
Despicable? What, you mean the king?
Do you know nothing of the child's mother? The boy was not brought across borders to us. He was born here, in the ancient sanctum. His mother was our past chiefess. She was a flower amidst the forests, a woman of such beauty, grace, and kindness. Her death is on that man's hands. Like a piper, he wandered in and seduced the young queen with his idealistic tales. But he failed to protect his family and died powerless. The village was only set ablaze because the boy was in the way of the Sanctus Church's designs on the throne. than that insipid. But you see, this boy, His Highness the Prince. You there, boy. Are you perhaps... No, it can't be.
Is something amiss, milady Gruede? He is one of Gallica's allies. His loyalty stands with His Highness. And
No
he has
cuadra la
much
historia.
in the
Se
prince's
supone que
name.
deberían saber quién soy. Porque la misión y todo eso que te decía en el principio y de que él estaba cerca del príncipe, en el principio del juego, en la demo vimos como eran amigos y tal de pequeños.
Whoa! What's with the formal introduction? You were the one who gave us our orders in the first place.
Hurry.
Hey, are you...
The time has come. Here thou camest to the end of thy journey. This secret place was Now, remember thy path thus far. Walk thy life's road and see it anew. I have been waiting for thee to overcome thy trials. Long have I waited for thy return. Know this, his life is not yet ended.
¿Qué quieres decir?
What do you mean?
It all started on that ill-fated day when the usurper thought to extinguish his light. Before he fades away, recount all thou hast seen and felt, all thou hast gained in thy journey's course. Gallica and thee sought to take the head of Louise, but thy efforts came to naught. So, ye moved instead to join a tournament to decide the land's king.
Por el
In
príncipe.
the prince's name.
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people by the support of peers and subjects alike. Thus, thou didst declare thyself the prince.
Lo hicimos por la victoria.
It was all for victory.
After overcoming many obstacles, thou didst finally lift the prince's curse. Yet by the cruel machinations of another, the young prince,
Ya no está entre
He's no
nosotros.
longer with us.
thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou hast no further reason to live.
Eso no es cierto.
That's not true.
If the prince is dead, wert thy efforts all for naught?
Su voluntad aún pervive.
His will lives on.
So thy resolve is yet unbroken. So be it. Thou hast earned the truth. He was consumed by the curse, and was taken by a deep, abiding slumber. Yet his soul remained alive. So from his earthly form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey. And thus his stilled sands began to flow once more. Thy journey hast taken thee far, and taught thee much. So now I ask thee, who art thou?
El amigo del
I'm
príncipe.
the prince's friend.
Is that truly thy role? Clear your mind and think. To name but a few. Thy parents? Memories of thy youth? Hast thou any recollection of where and how thy youngest years were spent? Yes. Thy memories begin the moment thou befriend the prince. Dost thou suspect the reason?
No tengo pasado.
I don't have a past.
As I said, thou hast nothing. Thou art a being of mine own creation. 'Twas Gallica alone who the Resistance laid their hopes upon all those days past. Thy life had yet to begin. All thou hadst All that had been bestowed was a memory. Thy mission to thy memories of youth in the prince's company, and the void enshrouding all else in thy past. All signs of thy...
I have nothing?
Nay. The words of the prince in thy memory are unmistakably of the memories gained on thy journey. The friendships made, the trust forged, all thy trials, all thy experiences wert to prepare thee for this day, to share the strength thou hast gained with thy other self.
Hablas
Do you
de...
mean...
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond any you have yet faced. If thy desire is instead for freedom, thou mayest still abandon thy mission. And
Is that right?
so I bid thee answer my final question. Who art thou in truth?
Soy el príncipe.
I am... the prince.
What is this? Could this be? But how? Impossible.
Hey! What's going on?
What awaits us now?
Ah, life is not yet lost. Thou wert born apart from the prince's flesh, born of his desire to change the world. In his stead didst thou travel the world. Thou didst support his heart, and became his living fantasy. That is thy true self. Thou art everything the prince sought to be, his ideal. It all began with the novel in thy possession.
Vaya plot twist, ¿no?
Drawn by the divine relic, Magla coalesced into flesh, and flesh coalesced into form. The form of an elder, as I once was. The time hath come. Awaken, reborn anew. No more the prince's dream of utopia thou wouldst chase. Nay, but thine own.
Vaya, eso no me lo esperaba.
What? What is this?
What's happened?
Thou hast done well to guide him this far.
This voice. I'm sure I've heard it before.
Thy mind should now be clearing. Remember now thy true charge. He was never a member of the Resistance. The mission, the departure, was thine alone. And
Who are you? Wait, what am I saying?
in those long ago days, he had just been born into this land. The boy needed a guide. Thus, I decided his memories would be thine. Thou wouldst a memory so crafted to suit thee. My journey...
No, that can't be. He was there.
I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our...
No! But... I was alone?
By this choice, he might be saved. By these gentle, necessary lies, we could live to see this day, when our dearest wish is fulfilled. As he traveled alongside thee, he gained, but it is only by thy efforts that my voice reached him. He has now been saved, and so the journey ends here. Thou...
What? Wait just a minute.
From here on, thy path is thy own. Choose thy own future for... How do we make sense of this?
Is it really you? How? I mean,
Me siento más ligero.
I feel a bit lighter.
There seems to be no doubt. He is still himself. But
Everyone? I need to tell...
So let me get this straight. You're saying it's not a matter of our captain and his highness joining together, but that the former was this disembodied entity sprung from the latter?
Then, that's why he had no memories? 'Cause he didn't even exist?
I see. Finally, I understand the strange... What shaped you, so to speak, was the prince's will itself. A part of his consciousness. Yes, the prince's very... Perhaps the form we knew was one shaped by material magla. Much like how the dragon god manifests...
A mass of magla with a will. Forget the dragon god. He may as well have been a dragon himself. Small wonder he awakened to an archetype before anyone else. It was no great aptitude for magic. He himself...
The self, as a manifestation of one's desires. Similar to archetypes.
You mean to say that... it was not merely pretense to claim...
If that's true, this is finally your reunion with your sworn liege. Seems like court...
But I failed to protect His Highness.
No. I am sure the strength of your devotion had a hand in saving him.
While all and sundry believed the lad had shuffled off, you alone kept the faith, milady.
fate was changed.
Are you really? Please. Please, forgive me. And more. Despite being a member of your royal guard, I did not recognize your highness at our meeting and showed you such insolence.
Siempre has sido un gran apoyo.
Actually, you've been there.
He's right, you know. If we'd not met you, we'd certainly never have made it this far.
This time, I will protect you. Even should it cost me my very life.
Finally, we've done Grius proud. We've really...
By the way, what are we supposed to call you now? I mean, how would you prefer to be addressed, my lord?
Seguid llamándome igual.
Captain.
No, Your Highness! With all respect, I must...
This is no time to be thick-headed, Miguel. He's the one who gets to decide what we ballet call...
You, sir, should be begging His Highness for forgiveness on bended knee. You mangled the royal runner to your own whimsy, you lout!
Well, that is... I mean, it was all dashed useful in the...
So much for acting same as always.
It's beyond belief. Not just that a child who'd lain cold for years could come back to us. After so long in the curse's thrall, he could not even open his eyes. He may as well have been a corpse. But it was the boy's dearest wish. He spoke of a fantasy of traveling the world, meeting its people, seeing its truths. And without him even knowing, he is a child of Elden blood and Elden legacy. All these years he spent in the village, he has rested near the secret of true magic.
His was a fantasy surpassing fantasy. It became more than a dream, but a self-possessed force acting of its own volition. And now, reunited.
A journey to discover and reclaim the self. No wonder he set off the custom igniter in the Royal Gauntlet Runner. It was the Crown Prince himself.
Even having it all explained like this, it feels like nothing short of a miracle.
I can only guess that fate had a hand in it.
That's right. I remember. I heard a voice. Guide him.
What's this all of a sudden?
If you can't remember anything from before our journey, then we probably met. I shouldn't have known you then. But for some reason, I thought we both received the order to save the prince, too. Ever since the moment...
A voice? Lady Gruade mentioned a revelation. Hold on, are we still being mystic and metaphorical, or was there an act?
I know someone was guiding me.
So a disembodied voice. Hang on.
Hey, who do you think the voice belongs to? Any idea?
No lo sé.
I have no idea.
Come to think of it, this place, the light coming in, they seem familiar.
I might say the same. When I first acquired this power, I had a vision of some...
Does this mean that we've been guided as well?
Perhaps someone has been at your side unseen, watching over the course of your journey. I imagine all this comes as a great shock for you as well. But here you are, back in your rightful place. You have come to the end of your arduous journey and found new life. That is a life well won.
Chiefess Gruade, we want to know everything. What is the truth behind... We Mustari are also said to have inherited truths of the world before us. Histories hushed by sanctism. But this village, I myself feel a strange familiarity here. A lost haven underground, yet...
To know what we are, you must first know our history. Come to the altar room past the door. I'll wait for you there.
Now what am I to do?
Indeed.
por 17, como que no. Prefiero recuperar PM cada turno. Recupero 2 de PM cada turno.
Oh, nice.
Tres.
Indeed.
Good.
Vale, vuelvo a tener sueño porque son casi las 3 de la mañana, son las 2:30, así que voy a terminar el episodio aquí y el directo, porque me he despertado, he ido a dormir a las 9 y me he despertado a las 11:30 y ya no podía dormir, así que voy a guardar, voy a intentar dormirme más. Así que eso, hasta aquí este capítulo, soy Seveda, nos vemos en el próximo directo vídeo, chao.